Well guys, welcome along to Ireland in lockdown, and we have to do a bit of boating by using a bit of technology.
Virtual boating. So we're going to take you on 10 of our favourite spots on the Irish waterways. I hope you'll enjoy them as much as what we have.
Right, so starting at the very southernmost point on the navigation, we're down on Lough Derg.
Yeah.
We're going to work our way up north. So these videos, they're not they're special locations, but not in any particular order.
No, just places that we really liked. I mean, I have to say, Drummond is just fabulous. And
Yeah.
it's so quaint. There's nothing to do there, only just sit,
Yeah.
read a book, have a
But
barbecue.
It's not a common theme through them all. None of
Yeah.
these spots we're going to show you are actually locations, not towns.
No,
None of them are
no,
towns.
not really.
And Drummond is lovely because there's a fabulous protected water break there. So almost the wind can come from almost any direction, and you're still well protected within the confines of Drummond Harbour. It's also something of a sun trap. And
It's a great relief when you come off if the lake is choppy and you get into Drummond and you're saying, "Oh, thanks be to Jesus, you're in off the lake." It is beautiful.
But no electricity there?
No.
No.
But you'll always meet people there. You know, it's a great spot to meet people. We've met some lovely people there too.
Yeah.
Last year when was last year?
We were there
Yeah,
last
last
year.
year,
It's
yeah.
hard to believe it's a year ago. There's
Yeah.
grand facilities here as well. There's a service block. There's picnic tables. There's barbecue areas.
Yeah, and a lovely walk.
And parking for cars and all the rest. Plenty of places to walk to around here as well. It's picturesque, and it's a sun trap, isn't
Well,
it?
that's number
Sheltered
one,
from
isn't
all
it?
the wind. Absolutely beautiful. Right, so when you come out of Drummond Harbour, our next port we're going to go to is just a little bit north, and it's wrong for me to call it a port. It's not a port, so it's not.
No, that's the secret lake, isn't it?
Oh, it's-
Thanks to Robbie, we found that.
This is a really, really special spot. Does it look like it?
It's like Amazon, isn't it? You're going in.
Now, as far as I'm aware, there's a rock, and I'm going very, very slowly.
Wow, this is just fabulous.
A boat has come along to spoil all its fun. But she doesn't seem to have a nest. This really isn't good for your nerves. There we are. We're out onto the lake. I'll just show you where we came from.
This is wow. This is just fabulous. Don't think I'd like to spend the night out here now, but
Yes.
we've a man deep in concentration up there.
I'm not going to try to pronounce the name of this lake, so I'll just put it up there on your screen. If you know how to pronounce it and you want to write it phonetically, please put it in the comments below. And if you have any tips or tricks for getting in and out of either this lake or any other nice spots, please put them in the comments below. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I did, I have to say. And if the camera work on the vlog is not very good, it's my fault because I wouldn't be great at the old camera.
No, not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Watch it, look at.
So we're going from Lough Derg, and this time we're heading north, and we're going past at the town of Athlone, and we're going to the inner lakes, which are a small set of lakes just off Lough Erne.
Yeah, and you're past, is it the Coulson Inn?
Coulson Inn,
You go down as you're heading into Michael Barrett's in that way.
That's right, into
Yeah.
the inner lakes, and there's a little gap in on the right hand side through the reeds. Very, very narrow.
Very,
Again,
very shallow.
Yep, go very, very slowly, take your time with it. And again, don't do it if there's a force 6 gale blowing you from one side to the other, because you're going to end up in the reeds. But this is a spot to go to, and again, on a nice sunny day when there's no wind, you can pull up on the bank there, put in a couple of pegs into the ground, and maybe, I don't know if who owns the land, I don't know whether you can have a barbecue or even if you can step off the boat or not, but it's a lovely
Sun trap.
little spot.
Another
Again,
sun trap.
little sun trap. And if you go past this, you go into Coulson Lough, which is a small little lake. There's a shallow spot just after that the trees just as you're coming out onto Coosan Lough, and you'll see the stones on each side, quite shallow. The water's quite clear, you'll be able to see the bottom, but just go very gently. Again, tip the engine into gear, tip it back into neutral. That way, if the worst comes to worst, you do hit the bottom, your props may not be spinning, and that'll reduce the amount of damage that you do. But it's like anything, don't do it on a windy day, do it when it's nice and calm, and take your time. Coosan Lough is a lovely spot. You can go around there, and you can put the hook down pretty much anywhere you want in there.
Yeah, it's lovely in there, yeah.
There's
we actually
lovely
took people in there, didn't we, one day, Harry's sister and her husband, and we actually had lunch. We just dropped anchor and had lunch there, and it was gorgeous.
It is just one of those magical spots.
I wouldn't be one now to be staying overnight there, because I like to be able to be able to put my feet on land.
You don't like to be able to overnight on the anchor. But again, if the weather's permitting, that's a good spot. Very picturesque. Again, there's no town there. There's nothing. The nearest civilization I have is the Coosan Inn, which is only about 20 minutes away, depending on what speed you travel. So again, we're continuing north, going up along Lough Erne. We're not going too far this time. We're going up to a little headland here called Rindoon Point, an extremely historic part of the lake. There's an ancient town here, then the remains of the wall of the town and Rindoon Castle. We met this lovely sailboat just coming out of the mooring just as we were heading into it. And,
it was the same day as we were in Coosan, because there wasn't a breath of wind. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It really was. Like, Rindoon is a lovely spot to stop for lunch.
Exactly.
Afternoon tea we had it there, because I'd say we made Lanesborough before it got dark.
But you can see that the jetty will only hold 2 boats, and it's just on one pile, so it swings around. So the jetty's always pointed into the wind. But you're in this beautiful sheltered bay. If there's a westerly wind, this is a lovely spot to be, because you're completely sheltered. So we're going to head off Lough Erne now, and we're going to head on up north, and we're going to go to a little dogleg in the river. And this is up between the towns of Jamestown and Drumsna. There's a canal that joins the two ends of this dogleg together, and at one end of that canal is a magical little mooring. This is just a beautiful spot, because the Jamestown Canal itself is beautiful. You have Albert Lough there, and one of the prettiest lockkeepers' houses anywhere on the River Shannon.
Now, this is a mooring that you would stay overnight on.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. You could spend a couple of days here.
Yeah.
But like that, most of the places that we have shown you today are our favourite spots. You have to bring everything with you. And from there then we're going to go all the way up to Knockvicker.
Oh yeah, Knockvicker I think is as pretty as its name implies. Yeah. It's a lovely,
like
quiet.
When we were in France, your father used to say Prairial Limonial. He always loved that name, didn't he?
That's right. My father used to pass a house on his way to school when he was a child, and the house was called Prairial Limonial. And we actually stopped at that mooring, and he was dying to hear all about it. My mind kind of wanders back to the days of the bargemen and how more different it was for them, that they would have had to ply these waters in the cold, bitterly cold winter's days, often working 24-hour shifts. And if it wasn't for them, we'd never have this waterway. But they've left us a wonderful legacy. I take my hat off to them. So it's a short distance from Knockvicker to our next mooring, and our next secret spot I should tell you about. Well, it's not really a secret. This is Lough Key. Now you could pick any one of the very many moorings in Lough Key, and they are all absolutely equally beautiful. We're going to kind of concentrate here on Rochingham, and even at Rochingham you have a number of different moorings. Castle Island has its own interesting history, which I won't tell you about in this video, but it's well worth reading up on. So this is the lovely mooring at Drummond's Island. It's facing into the evening sun, and it's very, very peaceful. Again, this is another spot, Drummond's Island, that is accessible by bridge, so you can walk out over the ferry bridge out to Drummond's Island. But it's full of bluebells in April and May, and it's a lovely, lovely spot.
Ah, it's beautiful. You could spend weeks and weeks in Lough, but I mean, there is the 5-day rule as well, so.
So we're leaving Lough and we're going to head in a kind of northeasterly direction onto the Shannon Erne Waterway. The Shannon Erne is a mixture of still water canal, it's a mixture of river and also lakes. The largest of those lakes is this one. This is Lough Garradice. Lough Garradice is home to the wonderful Hawtings Shore.
I think anybody that we've ever spoken to that has done the Shannon Erne, they always say, did you stop at Hawtings Shore?
Yeah.
It is just beautiful.
But Lough Garradice is a lovely lake itself,
it's beautiful,
anyway.
yeah. But it's so sheltered there as well.
Yeah.
And it's lovely. I mean, it's a lovely spot to have a barbecue.
And again, you need to come provisioned because
there's nothing.
There is no town around.
It's not that far from Ballinamore or Ballyconnell, so you know, if you're coming down or going up, you stock up in Ballinamore,
Exactly.
Ballyconnell. Now we're up onto the Erne, Lower Lough Erne. Isn't it Lower Lough Erne?
We're going up past Enniskillen. We're going to go to the Lower Lough, which is the one
up on the top,
which is the more northerly of the two lochs. And
now that's not saying there's no beautiful places between Hawtings Shore and
Lough Erne is just awash with beautiful
past
places.
Enniskillen. It's beautiful.
I
think one of the best holidays we've had, island-wise, was beautiful up there.
Yeah. Well, we could have picked loads of islands here, but what we've done is we picked out one that we thought was really nice, and this is Inish Davar. And Inish Davar has a south-facing jetty. It is, when we stayed there, we had beautiful, beautiful weather. We were just basking in sunshine, and we had the entire island to ourselves. And a bit like Drummond's Island on Lough, if you come here April, May, it is awash with bluebells. And unfortunately,
you can see there actually how calm it is.
Oh yeah,
it was just beautiful.
It's a lovely picturesque spot, and to have an island to yourself, sure, I mean, money couldn't buy that. It's absolutely fab. To our final destination, and we're staying on Lough Erne, and this time we're going to an island that is absolutely steeped in history. It's not too far away from Inish Davar, and this is White's Island. There is in fact 3 islands on Lough Erne called White's or White's Island, and this is the one that is my favourite. It is absolutely fabulous. And when you go in here,
it's a bit eerie now when you go in and you see all the statues, knowing that they were made over 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, it's amazing. These statues were like carved 1,000 years ago. And
you have to go in.
oh yeah. To me, that's wonderful to be so close to history like that. There's no pane of glass between the two of us, and you can actually stand and put your hand on the stones and feel the same stones that some craftsman put his hand on over 1,000 years ago.
that's the end of our
Yeah, it's a pity we
virtual
can't.
boating. Is that
Virtual
what you call
boating,
it?
yeah, because it's a pity we can't actually get to the boat, but hopefully in another few weeks we'll be
July
able
the
to.
20th, I think they're saying that.
Yes, yeah.
We can hope they're going to
And
open the rivers.
before that, they're expanding how far we can travel from home, so there will be a chance that we'll get to see some of the waterways, and we have something lined up that we might be able to bring you another video. And guys, if you want links to any of those videos, that the clips that you've seen there, those links in the description below. So that's it from COVID-19 Ireland.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Stay home, stay safe.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.